Alright guys, I'm Lawrence Peak and I'm going to go over how to hold a proper home event and why it's crucial to be having home events in this business, guys. So if you're new in this business, maybe you've been in 2 or 3 days, maybe even a day, maybe even a couple hours, guys, you want to have at least 2 home events in your first week. That should be all you guys' goal if you're new in this business, guys. Get in touch with an upline, schedule it out, figure out a time that works for you guys, because if you're not holding a home event, you're not telling the story, you're not getting exposures, you're not getting paid. We all know how the system runs. Now, if you are new in an event and you've been in the event for a week or 2 weeks or 4 or 5 months, guys, you guys all should be having at least, and I'll put that in all capital letters, at least 3 home events a week. At least, guys. You guys need to create a culture of home events where you're consistently having people over your house for your team, for yourself, where people are getting exposed to the story, they're hearing the concept, they're getting on board, they're enrolling, guys. We all know, back in the day, guys, I used to have 3 home events every single day, 1, 5, and 9. And what that did was it created a schedule for everyone else in my business where they knew that at 1, 5, and 9, they could bring their friends to my house in my basement and someone was going to be there breaking down the concept and telling their story. And it just made things easier. People just showed up. I didn't have to, remind them all the time. They knew every day, 1, 5, and 9, guys. So create a consistent home event schedule, guys, if you don't already have one. Now, I'm going to go in on the types of things you need at a home event and how to properly home a home event, guys. So, the first thing you're going to need a laptop. Why are you going to need a laptop, guys? Well, maybe you want to show an intro video. You can plug it up to the TV. Maybe your upline's not around. You have to Skype them in or Uvu them in. And obviously, at the end of the day, you want a laptop because the whole point of a home event is to get people to enroll. And if you don't have a laptop or a tablet on hand, how are you going to get to someone ordered product through your business? It's just not going to happen, guys. So you want that laptop. Second thing you're going to want to need, guys, is cold product. Guys, you need to have cold product on hand. Doesn't matter if it's Verve, Part T, Body, the original Vima formula, whatever it is. Make sure you have plenty of product on hand for the guests. Make sure it's nice and ice cold because people like a nice ice cold beverage, guys. That's crucial. And one other thing that you need that I notice a lot of people tend to miss, and I made sure it was a key feature at my event, you guys want to have light music in the background. Put something on, guys. It's a big atmosphere. A lot of people are coming there that don't know each other. You're going to have different types of people mix in with each other. It's going to create an awkward scene if it's complete silence throughout the room, guys. But once you put a little bit of light music on, it's going to allow people to, really loosen up a little bit, get more social. People will start talking, start interacting, guys. It will just create an all-around better atmosphere to prepare the people for the home event to start. All right, guys. Now, I'm going to talk about the 2 roles that are played at a home event. There's 2 roles in a home event. There's the presenters, and then, obviously, there's the audience. Now, the presenter, usually whoever's holding the home event will get up and intro. So, host, intros. This person is just going to go up. They're going to thank everyone for coming out to their house. Going to say keep an open mind. Maybe tell their why. Maybe tell how they get introduced to the concept. And then they're going to edify their bronze, silver, or gold leader to really come up and break down the A to Z. So that's the second part. Next, you're going to get another upline to come up. They're going to break down the A to Z. Whether that could be bronze, silver. Usually it's a bronze or silver leader that will go up and break down the A to Z, guys. And then after that, that person's going to edify it, and they're going to bring up one last upline that has a lot of credibility. Usually, we'll say diamond or above. Maybe a gold who's about to hop in a car if a diamond's not available. And what they're going to do is they're kind of just going to close it off with a success story. They're going to tell what it did for them. They're going to really, seal the deal, make it apparent of why everyone in the crowd has to go. on board with Vemma, guys. So that's the typical role of the presenter. One thing I guys want you to keep in mind is if you are the presenter, guys, dress kind of presentable. You are presenting in front of a room of people. Don't go up in, a sweatshirt and some sweatpants like I am right now. Go up in some nice jeans, maybe a nice button-up shirt, a nice polo shirt, whatever it may be, guys. Look the part. You want to look presentable. People want to know they're listening to someone worthwhile. You don't want to go up there looking like a scrub, guys. And the number 2 thing when presenting, guys, it's all 98% fluctuation, tone, and how you say things. It doesn't really matter what you say, but how you say it, guys. So you need to talk up. You need to enunciate your words, guys. You need to be able to just be loud and people can hear you, guys. Don't be so timid guy that's up there talking like this. Because people don't want that, guys. You got to be confident while you're up there. You got to use body language. So those are some tips when being a presenter at the home event. Now, the roles of an audience at a home event, guys. It's not to just sit in the crowd and sit on your phone and not pay attention, guys. So the first thing, no texting. Guys, if you're in the business and you're in the crowd, why the hell are you texting on your phone and not paying attention? One, it's going to create your guests to not want to pay attention, because if you're not paying attention, why would your friend think they need to pay attention? It just doesn't make sense. Number 2, you guys should be paying attention to absorb all the information possible, because one day you're going to be the presenter. So you might want to be absorbing that knowledge, getting some mental notes of what you're going to say when you get up there, guys. Anthony Cometta always talks about how at every home event, Brad Alcazan sits, hands in his pocket, and just stares at the speaker or the video, guys. And I've adopted that too. I don't care if you've heard the story thousands of times, guys. Pretend like it's the first time you've ever seen it, guys. So, no texting. Second thing is, guys, is you want to show excitement in the crowd. Guys, clap when Chris or myself say something exciting or impressive. Say a wow, say a ooh. Don't go over the board, guys. Don't be like, oh, damn, where people know it's fake, guys. But create a little crowd manipulation. Create some energy in the atmosphere. Nod your head, clap your hands, guys. Jed Buenalou says it best. If you want to make $1 million in this business, you got to nod your head, you got to learn how to say wow, and you got to learn to clap. Because that's our role in the audience, guys. Don't have what we call ITC. I'm too cool syndrome, guys. Those are those people that come into the event, they kick back in the lounge, they act like they don't really care what's going on. That's not attractive. People in the crowd that are hearing this for the first time are going to notice that. You should be on the edge of your seat, intently focused on what's going on. And that's going to allow other people to want to hear what's going on as well. Because they'll be like, well, everyone else is clearly into what's going on. I should probably take a listen. And they're going to listen, guys. Remember that the crowd controls the energy. You guys in the audience that aren't presenting, you control the entire energy of the home event. You're the one that makes it people responsive. You're the guys that make people excited to hear about it. It's not the presenter. I could be the best presenter, but if there's no audience manipulating the crowd, guys, it's not a fun experience. When you have a silent crowd, a dull, boring crowd, none of the brand partners are even responding to you, guys. No, guys. Interact with the presenter. Make it a better experience for everyone in the entire home event, guys. So really, that is how you hold a proper home event, guys. Make sure you consistently scheduling them out. If you haven't had a home event in the last week, get with your upline and schedule another home event, guys, because this is the way you get paid, because home events lead to exposures and lead to business growing, which ultimately leads you to get paid, guys. Peace.